Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Fans can't stomach Savannah Chrisley anymore. Why? Chrisley Knows Best fans can't stomach Savannah Chrisley any longer. They are struggling to empathize with her, but have lost the ability. So what is the problem with Savannah, and can she get back her following, or is it lost for good? Keep reading for more details on what's wrong with Savannah. Savannah Chrisley became a presence in the reality world with her family on Chrisley Knows Best. They were quirky and entertaining with patriarch Todd Chrisley saying and doing the most outlandish things. He could get a rise from his kids, wife, and his mother, Nanny Faye. Yet he also made viewers at home laugh at his crazy ideas and extreme bluntness. They often had viewers in hysterics with the way they operated, and it worked for many seasons, even spawning a spinoff for his kids, Chase and Savannah Chrisley. However, in 2022, Todd and his wife, Julie Chrisley, were sentenced to a total of 19 years in prison. Savannah stepped up and became the guardian of her youngest siblings, Grayson and Chloe. She has been candid about the struggles and missing her parents, but she has also talked about prison reform. More so, Savannah is determined to find a way to get her parents released. Her passion is great, but has it turned people off? On her podcast, Unlocked, she gives updates on Todd and Julie. Though Savannah Chrisley remains determined and optimistic, it has become too much for her fans. A Reddit thread was started to discuss how insufferable she has become. The OP wrote this: "I have a new perspective of Sassy's whining and complaining. I am so sick and tired of acting like the world is ending, and that she's never going to see her parents again. My father died unexpectedly a few weeks before Christmas." They added they didn't get to say goodbye and do not have the luxury of visits and phone calls as Savannah does. Savannah needs to practice gratitude for what she does have, even if it's not ideal. Other listeners completely agreed that Savannah Chrisley had become too much. Some had also lost their parents, so to be able to have some communication was a luxury. As someone who has lost both of his parents, I can't stomach her "woe is me, my parents are gone" bullshit. Wait till you have to bury them, Savannah. I know having parents in prison has to be tough, but she also still has the opportunity to visit, and the financial means to do so, I'm assuming, and can talk on the phone with them. That's what happens when kids only value material things and don't have their own identity. They set all those kids up for failure. She's just pissed that her wild and free days are over. I agree she has no idea what real grief is until a loved one has died. It's a real slap in the face to everyone that has dealt with death. It seems that the followers really want Savannah to be grateful and appreciative. Yes, she does not have her parents around 24/7, but she knows that they are alive, and there is light at the end of the tunnel. Others have not been so lucky, and that is the message they are sending to her. Do you agree that Savannah is not looking at the big picture, and how it could be far worse? Let us know in the comments below. For years, Savannah Chrisley stood at the center of her family's reality TV empire, a bubbly blonde with a bold Southern accent and beauty pageant charm. But lately, that sparkle has dimmed in the eyes of many fans. Once embraced as the sweet, sassy daughter on Chrisley Knows Best, Savannah now faces a tidal wave of criticism from longtime viewers who say they simply can't stomach her anymore. So what happened? It's not one single scandal, but rather a slow unraveling. A mixture of tone-deaf posts, clumsy podcast rants, and perceived narcissism that fans claim has left them disillusioned. From fan favorite to frustrating figure. When Chrisley Knows Best debuted in 2014, Savannah was just a teenager, navigating high school life under the watchful eye of her outspoken father, Todd Chrisley. With her infectious laugh and close bond with her family, fans fell for her. She was the all-American girl, God-fearing, loyal, and grounded despite the privilege surrounding her. But in recent years, as Savannah has matured into adulthood, the gap between her public persona and her audience's expectations has grown increasingly wide. Her new podcast, Unlocked with Savannah Chrisley, was meant to give fans a raw, unfiltered look into her life. But instead of winning hearts, many say it's pushed them away. Critics argue that Savannah often uses her platform to rant rather than reflect, turning every episode into a one-woman therapy session wrapped in self-righteousness. The sympathy fatigue. Savannah's life took a sharp turn when her parents, Todd and Julie Chrisley, were convicted of federal tax evasion and sentenced to lengthy prison terms. Suddenly, she was thrust into the role of caregiver for her younger siblings and the face of the Chrisley family brand. For a time, fans offered compassion. They rallied around her, applauded her strength, and admired how she took charge in the wake of her parents' downfall. But as the months passed, the narrative shifted. Instead of humility, fans began to hear entitlement. Instead of grief, they heard justification. Savannah frequently insists on her parents' innocence, doubling down on conspiracy theories, and painting herself as a victim of an unfair system. Many followers say it's exhausting, especially when paired with glamorous Instagram posts, designer outfits, and luxury getaways. She acts like she's the only one who's ever gone through hardship. One former fan wrote on social media, "There's a difference between being strong and being tone-deaf." A life of privilege in a time of struggle. Perhaps what stings most for fans is the sense that Savannah remains disconnected from reality. In a world where people are grappling with inflation, job insecurity, and real-life consequences, Savannah's curated image of resilience comes off as hollow. Her social media presence hasn't helped. From Botox selfies to motivational quotes, fans say there's an underlying message of "look at me" rather than "learn from me." She talks about trauma, but it's always followed by a glam photo shoot, another critic noted. It feels performative. What used to be seen as confidence is now perceived as arrogance. Her emotional moments don't land because they often feel sandwiched between sponsorships and subtle brags. The podcast that made things worse, Unlocked with Savannah Chrisley, was once full of potential. But instead of gaining loyal listeners, it's gained headlines, often for the wrong reasons. Whether she's defending her parents' actions, shading critics, or giving unsolicited advice on mental health and faith, many believe the podcast lacks self-awareness. In one episode, Savannah claimed that God is using her platform to tell a story. While that may ring true to some, others found it dismissive of the legitimate concerns raised about her family's behavior. She uses religion as a shield, one comment read, "Accountability doesn't come with a halo." Fans miss the old Savannah, the harshest critique. That Savannah has simply lost touch with who she used to be. Many say they miss the relatable Savannah, the one who struggled with dating, family pressure, and finding her way. Today's version, they argue, feels manufactured. Her emotions seem curated for clicks. Her words, designed for headlines. "I used to root for her," one fan posted. "Now I can't even watch without rolling my eyes." Others echoed the sentiment. Savannah's evolution feels less like growth and more like a branding exercise. And in an era where authenticity is king, fans are quick to tune out anything that feels rehearsed. Can she turn it around? Savannah Chrisley isn't canceled, not yet. But she is skating on thin ice with a fan base that once adored her. The path back to the hearts of viewers won't be paved with more podcasts or luxury photo shoots. It'll require something that's been in short supply lately: vulnerability. Real, messy, imperfect vulnerability.